And my name is Kashish Gupta from the class KD Ankit class. Today my topic is animal tissue. When we breathe, breathing is a vital activity for human beings. When we breathe, we feel the some internal movement inside our body. How this movement caused? This movement is caused by the specialized cells that is called muscle cell. When we breathe, we feel the movement of our lungs and diaphragm. The muscle cells are responsible for this. When we take oxygen, where does this oxygen goes? This oxygen is goes into our lungs, then blood, and the blood carry the oxygen to the cells. The cells In the cells there is a mitochondria. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. It takes the oxygen and convert it into the energy molecules in the form of ADP and ATP. These ATP or ADP are used to short out the living process that is used energy. Fluid. Blood is a fluid connective tissue. Blood connects the different body organs to different each other. It takes the oxygen and nitrogen to the cell and in return it carry the osmotic waste just like carbon dioxide from the cell. Due to this, we learned that muscle cell and fluid connective cells. These are known as animal tissue. On the basis of this, animal tissue is classified into four types: epithelial, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. First, we learn nervous tissue. Nervous tissue is one of the most important cell in human. Nervous tissue is mainly composed of nerves, brain, and spinal cord. A nervous tissue has a highly specialized unit called neuron. The neuron has the ability to take the impulse to take the messages from within or outside the body and send to the different part of the body. The neuron has a main three parts. The cytone or cell body, or also known as soma, contains the cytoplasm, nucleus, and the small ribosomes known as Nisl granules. The dendros is a short process arising from the cytone and to the dendrites. What is dendrites? Dendrites are the small branches which is arising from the cell body. The axon is a long cylindrical process of uniform diameter that carries the messages to the nerve ending. Each nerve ending have a cell part that is known as a synaptic knob or button. Button contain a acetylcholine vesicles that is very important for transfer the masses to other nerve cell. So we learned that the dendrites take the masses and the axon away the masses from the one nerve cell. Now the topic is epithelium. Epithelium acts as a protective tissue in animal just like epidermis in plant. Epithelium tissue form the continuous sheet and no intercellular matrix present in it. Epithelium tissue protect the underlying body organs and also protect the body skin. Epithelium tissue is create a barrier around different body organs, and epithelial tissue is lie on a delicate non-cellular basement membrane which contain a protein called collagen. The function of the epithelium tissue on the outside the body, it protect our skin from the bacterial infection or etc. Or inside the body, it forms the lining of our delicate organ. Epithelium tissues also help in absorption, secretion, excretion, or also help in excrete the waste from outside the body. On the basis of this, epithelium tissue is classified into five types: squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, glandular epithelium, and ciliated epithelium. Squamous epithelium is formed by the thin delicate cells membrane. Squamous epithelium are compactly arranged and also known as pavement epithelium. They are from the delicate lining of the nose, mouth cavity, esophagus, etc. The main function of squamous epithelium is absorption and secretion and protect the underlying part of our body. Stratify squamous epithelium. In squamous, we learned that the squamous epithelium is made up of the single layer, but in stratify, the stratified squamous epithelium is made up of the many layers, but all the layers are not same. The deepermost layer contains the cuboidal shape, then polygonal, and on the superficial layer it contained the flattened cells and also contained a protein called keratin and became the dead cells. The horny scale dead remains of squamous cells are ultimately fixed away. The stratified squamous epithelium is a waterproof squamous epithelium and are highly resistant to the mechanical injury. Cuboidal epithelium. It contains the cells of the shape like cube and it appear in square section, and on the free surface it appear a hexagonal. It is found in thyroid vessels, glands, sweat glands, salivary glands, etc. The main function is absorption and secretion. Columnar epithelium. The columnar epithelium are just like the pillar, taller than border. It and the nucleus are present at the base of sometimes some cells have a freehand brush border, contains some microvilli. It is found around the lungs, kidney tubules, etc. And the main function is absorption, secretion by globular cells of mucus. Glandular epithelium. The columnar epithelium are modified to form the gland which secretes some chemicals. Ciliated epithelium. Sometimes the columnar and the glandular epithelium cells have a free border where are free hands that contain the cytoplasmic growth of known as cilia. That's why it is known as ciliated epithelium. It is found around the oviduct, sperm duct, etc. The main function is the continuously beating of it beating the solid particle continuously at one side. Muscular tissue. What causes the movement of our hand and leg? It is the muscle cell. When we move, when we walk, when we eat, some movement is caused. How this movement is caused? This movement is caused by the muscle cell. Muscle cells are spindle shape, elongated shape, oval shape, etc. That's why these are known as the muscle fiber. On the basis of this, muscular tissue are classified into three types: stratified, cardiac muscles, and smooth muscle. Stratified muscles. These muscles are also known as stripped, skeleton, and involuntary muscles, as it contains the alternate light and dark band of strip. That's why it's known as stripped muscles. It works on our will. For example, if we want to move our hand, it moves. If we want to stop our hand, it will stop. So these are known as voluntary muscles, and these are connected to the bones that help in movement. That's why these are known as the skeleton muscles. Each muscle cell is covered by a distant plasma membrane called sarcolemma and contain many nuclei. That's why it is known as multinucleated. The nucleus are present at the beside the plasma membrane or sarcolemma, or the cytoplasm is known as the sarcoplasm. The main function of this muscle is to cause the movement of the body. Sometimes it get tired and may need rest. Smooth muscles. These muscles are known as the bristles or involuntary or smooth muscles. These muscles are found in the fusiform or spindle form, and the cytoplasm and the sarcoplasm contain delicate fibers running longitudinally throughout the sarcolemma. These muscles does not show any bend or dark or alternate strip. That's why these are known as smooth muscles. These are found in the Whistler's organs. For example, hollow tubular organs, stomach, etc. except the heart. That's why these are known as Whistler's muscles, and they does not work on our will. That's why these are known as involuntary muscles. These muscles also show the peristaltic movement. Cardiac muscles are found in the branched form, and the space between the branches are filled by the loose connective tissue. The space are filled by the loose connective tissue, and each cardiac muscle are covered with a sarcolemma and contain a single nucleus. That's why these are known as uninucleated. The function of the cardiac muscles, it continuously and rhythmically beating until when we are embryonic stage until our death. These muscles are never tired. Thank you.